I'm in a relatively good mood for reasons I don't want to get into here. I will tell you that I'm recording earlier than usual. I won't tell you when, but I am recording earlier than usual. So today is the first day that I start this trend. There's dogs barking in the background. Today is also Tuesday, which means that I did all of the things that I said I would do, except I did half of the things that I said I would do. And these things that I said I would do all involve me spending money. So, I went to the bank, I got a new debit card, I put that debit card right smack into my Wii U. I typed the code in from the shop, and I downloaded a bunch of games. What did I get? I got, Majora's Mask on the Virtual Console thing, which I was talking about, and we'll get into how awesome that is, and I'm doing a whole lot of that. I also got Fedun 2. I haven't played that yet. I'm waiting for, I'm going to do it tomorrow because I want to do the entire thing in one session, and I have no idea how long it can take. I should just ask Dave how long it took him, and then just divide that by half. That's a little mean, but, I mean... The first game took me, it took me about half as long as it took him, so yeah. The first time playing it. I also helped him, so I don't think I'll have many problems with it. Unless it's harder than that, I don't know. I told him not to tell me anything about it. I didn't want to know anything about it, and then I watched the trailer thing, because I hate myself, I guess. God fucking damn it with this fucking... I'm an idiot. I should have seen that. I wasn't paying any attention. But I did watch the trailer, and, you know, it just kind of looks like the same game again, which honestly is the only thing I could have wanted out of a Fedun 2. So I bought that. I also bought... I wasn't really expecting that I would buy this, but, you know, it was on sale, so I got Link's Awakening DX Virtual Console on the 3DS, because I have the original Zelda Virtual Console, and I've never played Link's Awakening. I've played a bit of Minish Cap on emulator, and I love that. I probably want to play that again, but I want it to be, like, way in the future where I completely forget everything, which is never going to happen. I'm still going to recall some things whenever I go back to it. But I do want to forget, because I lost the save for that somehow, and I can't go back to the progress I was at, and just doing it all over again is just like, ugh, so I want to do it all over again with a clean slate or whatever. So Minish Cap, yes, but I didn't actually get Minish Cap. Minish Cap was there, and I saw it, and I was just like, no. And, you know, there are other Zelda games, but Link's Awakening is one that I've just never played and know very, very little about. I've seen some of it on Swordless Link, and he really likes that one, so I'm like, you know, it's probably good. And also, it's, like, really unique, because it all takes place in, like, a weird dream thing, and there's so many, like, crazy things that happen. Like, a lot of the Mario enemies make an appearance in that game, so I don't know, I've just never played it, so I want to play that one, so I got that. And I also got Legend of Dark Witch and Legend of Dark Witch 2, because I played the demo for both of them, and I like both of them. So I just got both of them at the same time. Legend of Dark Witch, usually costing like $4, costed like $1, probably because they had just released the second one, or just because, you know, Christmas sales or whatever. And also, I saw Trine and Trine 2, like, crazy cheap, because when I had bought Trine and Trine 2, I bought those together as well, because there was a deal, buy one, get the other one cheaper, but I'm pretty sure that there's a sale on both of them now, and I'm pretty sure that costs less than what I had spent, so, you know, I feel kind of burned, but I did really like those games. For those of you who remember, I may have talked about this when I did this, but I played the entirety of Trine 2 in one night. Stayed up all night, played that game. Took me, I don't know, like 8 hours or something. I just like, because I feel like I had finished Trine 1, and then I was like talking to people, and then I was like, should I just play all of Trine 2 tonight, and then people just in a sort of way and in a sort of place where I knew people would just be like, yeah, do it, and then I would just actually do it. So I just actually did it, and I stayed up all night finishing Trine 2. Possibly one of the worst and also best decisions I've ever made. It was fun. I really liked that game. Because I was so damn tired, I barely remember any of it, so it would be great to go back to it. You know? But I do really like those games. They're pretty good. Wouldn't mind a third. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I wouldn't mind a third. Other than that, I don't know. Also, really torn here because there's a sale. Oh, fuck! I dropped my phone. There's a sale on Twilight Princess HD. I'm holding this the other way than I'm used to. I don't think it matters that much as to how the audio is picked up, but I usually hold the phone in one particular way. But I held it upside down for a second there. No, there's a sale on Twilight Princess HD, and it's like $15 off. So that's like a $50 thing for $35. And I have the $35, but that's like if I don't buy the other things that I want to buy. And I want to buy some books, and I need to buy a Christmas present. So then it's like, so I should get the Christmas present. But the thing is, like, if I get the Christmas present, will I still have money for... Because I have no idea total how much money I spent on games. I know I could check, but I'm very lazy, so I'm just going to wait for my bank to tell me exactly how much money I have left. And then I will decide if I'm getting Twilight Princess HD or not. Because I've talked about that before, way in the past, like right when it came out. Because I wanted to do a series on it. Because I definitely... Like, I played a little bit of it, but I also don't know very much about that game, and it's, you know, it's a handful of people's favorites. It's a pretty good one. And I think, yeah, like, my very first videos, I was talking about when I was playing that on the Wii version. Like, the very, very first video. So that's an entire year ago I had played that. I didn't get very far. I didn't even finish the first dungeon, I think. Maybe I did. I don't remember now, actually. No, I don't think I did. Unless that other part didn't count as a dungeon, or did count as a dungeon. I have no fucking clue. I still remember a lot of it just because I have a good memory. As soon as I start it, I'll know what to do and where to go, but there will be a point where I'm just completely clueless. So, as soon as they released, or announced, maybe, the HD remake of that, I just asked people and I was like, hey, would you prefer, if I did a playthrough of this, would you prefer me being completely blind and just running around clueless, having no idea what to do, or would you like me to have already played it and know what to do, like what happened in Wind Waker? And fucking nobody watched Wind Waker. And I want to go back to Wind Waker, I just haven't yet. And also, I just still with the computer situation. But they said blind, so I haven't played the game since, and, you know, if I get it now, while it's on sale, I probably won't play it still. I won't play it until I'm comfortable with, my recording setup, whatever that is. And that would involve me, I don't know, doing something with my computer, probably, you know, trying to clear it off, or some shit like that, make it better, see what programs work well, figure out something that'll allow me to record again. Or just get a new computer, save up for a new computer. I want to call him out, but I'm not sure if I should. I will anyway. Mike once promised a long time ago that he would actually buy me a computer. I never thought he would, because the funny thing, I feel like I may have told this story before, but I did the exact same thing with a friend, like last year or maybe the year before, where I told him I would buy him a Wii U. I said, like, I'll buy you a Wii U. And I would have the money if I didn't spend all of it on myself, because I wanted to buy him a Wii U so that we could play Splatoon together. And you know, he could get like Smash 4 or whatever. I was gonna get the Splatoon version of Wii U so that he could play Splatoon and we could play it together, because I have that game and I like that game. So I told him, hey, I'm gonna buy you this game, or I'm gonna buy you this whole fucking console. And it's like, I found it for like $400 or something somewhere. And if I had just, saved up my money, then I would have had the money with the job that I had at the time, which I don't think I had when I started recording. But I did have a job and I was making money, but I just spent it all on myself. I just spent it on various random things that barely mean anything. Well, I mean, I got this phone and this watch, which I still use, but I also got like a bunch of just really simple shit. Like little games and things that I haven't played, and I don't know. But yeah, I just spent it all on myself, and Mike did the exact same thing. Mike spent it all on VC. So like, yeah, I don't expect him to buy me a new computer ever, probably. I would appreciate it. But it's unlikely to happen, because that's a lot of money to spend on somebody you don't even know. You don't, know that well. I mean, I've known him for, I don't know, maybe even 2 years? I know I've known Dave for a really long time. But I don't know who I've known longer, actually, now that I think about it. Huh. Whatever. My sense of timeline is terrible. But yeah. So, Zelda. We have to talk about it now. We have to talk about it now, because now is the point where it will be the thing that I'm doing all day, every day, for the most part, every now and then. For today I was just, trying to practice and learn some of the strats, and I mean, in general, I know most of the route and the strategies and what to do and when to do it and shit like that, but just the actual techniques are the hard part, so I need to practice those. And the great thing about it being on the Wii U Virtual Console means I have plenty of tools that allow me to do that. Mainly one tool, and that's that I can make a save state and go back to that save state whenever I feel like it. So whenever it comes to the point where I need to do a really big trick, I can save state just before the trick, and then attempt the trick, and if I fail, I just go back and do it again, and keep going, and try different things, and yada yada yada, and I could just keep doing that. So what I've been doing is using save states to practice hovers, which are very difficult. Well, they're not as difficult now. See, the thing is, the Wii U, funny thing about the Wii U, and the Virtual Console thing, is that it works with the Wii U gamepad and the Wii U, the Pro Controller. And neither of those have C buttons. C buttons are a set of 4 buttons in the 4 cardinal directions that are on the N64, the Nintendo 64. And this game was built for the Nintendo 64. So when they have to port the game over, the C buttons are replaced with the right stick. So instead of pressing a button, I have to flick the stick downwards. And that got really annoying. And sometimes it would just be weird, because I would try to use the stick to change the camera, because so many games do that, It's just almost second nature. Left stick moves, right stick moves the camera. Nintendo invented that, by the way. But that's not what this game does. This game uses the C buttons, which eventually became a C stick on the Nintendo, or the GameCube, and then just became an extra stick. On the N64, the C buttons were used to control the camera, which is what I was talking about there. On Super Mario 64, sorry, they were used to control the camera, but not on either of the Zelda games. Those are used for items. So when you want to use an item, you put it on your C button and you use the C button. And that got annoying and terrible, because I have to do really, really quick successive, in order to do a hover, you need to first activate ISG, which is the infinite sword glitch, where you interrupt a crouch stab with an action, and then your sword is just always stabbing. And there are other benefits to this. And one of them being, it makes hovering possible. And hovering is when you do a backflip, take out a bomb, or just get hit with any... You take any sort of damage at all. Usually a bomb or a bomb shoe. And you shield, and you also need to have ISG, and you'll just start hovering midair. But it's like... There's really specific parts to it, and you have to... what I've just noticed just doing it is you need to start the bomb immediately after you jump. And when the bomb is on the stick, that's really difficult. I could not get it at all. I would get really close to getting it, and I just couldn't. I couldn't get it. And then I just figured that I had ought to change these buttons around. So my A, B, X, Y are now my C buttons. And my A is my, my right trigger. My B is my left trigger. No, not trigger, damn it. Bumper. Bumpers are, or shoulder button. People call them different things, but I think the higher ones are the bumpers and the lower ones are the triggers. They're also shoulder buttons, I've called them. But my right bumper, the higher up one, is now A, and my left bumper, the higher up one, the regular L, is now B. So I have to use those to press A and B, and I also use the triggers as now R and Z. There's an L button, but with my new configuration, there's no way to put an L button anywhere on that. But that's also good, because the only thing the L button does in that game is toggle the on-screen map. So I think I'm safe without being able to have that button. But otherwise, it's really, really bizarre. Especially having two fingers up on the shoulder parts is so weird, because I'm really used to just having, 3 fingers wrapped around the handle around the back, and then 1 finger for either of the shoulder buttons. But that's just not a thing now, because there are points where I have to be crouching and shielding and pressing A and B and different things, and I have to use all 4 of those buttons, and it's so bizarre. But luckily, I'm a very adaptable person, and I kind of figured it out, but sometimes I do make mistakes, and I try to press A, and then it's actually just my mask button, and then I start taking on, or I put on the mask, and it's just like, no, this is not the thing that I wanted to do, goddammit. That's actually, that fits in with what I just did, because I probably should not have started this fight. So this is not the thing that I wanted to do. God damn it. But no, I'm really enjoying attempting to speedrun this game. There's another thing I could talk about that just happened that would clue you into exactly when I was recording this. But since I already said that I won't tell when I'm recording this, I can't talk about this thing. I just realized. And the very, very detective-like people out there. I know there's a word for it, but I don't care. I guess I wanted to say the smart people, but it's not always about being smart. It's about paying attention to the little things, and if you know enough about me, or you just know about my schedules and my interests, and you also understand what it would mean for, I guess, yeah, the people of you who are most detective-like, which so far has been none of you. No one has come to me with some sort of conclusion that they have drawn from the information I've stated, which deeply depresses me, because I do that all the time. I listen to people when they talk, and I always, like, it may sound ridiculous, but I am always trying to figure something out. No matter what you say, that information gets logged into a mental folder of who you are, and I will draw upon that information anytime it becomes relevant, and I will make conclusions, and I will figure things out, and it's really weird that I do that, but I know that I do that, and I think it's great. I'm a little annoying in that too, but I do like to try to figure things out about people, you know? And I'll just like come across these things and I'll just make these logical conclusions. I'm like, hey, you are like this. And then they'll be like, how the fuck did you know that? And I'm like, well, you said this once, and you said this other thing once, and I just kind of put two and two together. Nobody does that with me, and it makes me very sad. I need more smart friends. I'm not insulting your intelligence. You could also just be very bored and not care. That's a fine thing as well. There's also the large amount of people who just watch these to have something to listen to, and then there's kind of no room to pay attention and know all of the things that I'm saying and then be able to put things together. But the clues so far for the thing that I want to talk about and the way that you would find out how or what time I'm recording are that there are very few things that I do that take place at a specific time. So this is an action that takes place at a specific time, and it's a thing that I participate in. Yeah. So, and if you remember that, then you would know exactly when I recorded, because I can tell you that that action thing happened about half an hour ago. Yeah, take care of yourself.